Yes, Jamie. Can you give us the overview of what you're seeing here? Not a lot of surprises, but nonetheless, it is what it is. So explain what we're seeing now and if there's anything much that can affect it.
Okay, so what we have now is all of the precincts for Election Day, and obviously the early and advance have been reported in these final totals. We will still have some advance that were dropped off at the polls. We will also still have a few that will come in by mail. And then we will also have the provisionals at a later date that will affect the overall percentage of turnout. So.
Right.
So we're at 62%, almost 63%, which is normally what we run in a presidential election.
Right.
Unfortunately, it didn't go higher than a higher number than what we kind of figured.
It'll be interesting to see what happens around the country if the numbers mainly stay the same or not. I mean, Kansas is a pretty a pretty average state. My guess is there probably isn't going to be a big difference, but I'm guessing so.
Yeah.
All right, what comes up next?
Okay, so do you just want me to go over each of the races that are
Absolutely.
contested?
Yep.
Okay. So obviously, for the presidential electors, we have Trump and Pence with 15,175, Biden and Harris for 7,910, and Jorgensen and Cohen for 567. For the United States Senate, we have Roger Marshall with 14,166, Barbara Boyer with 8,362, Jason Buckley, 1,071. For the United States House of Representatives, we're in the 1st District. Tracy Mann with 16,030 votes. Callie Barnett was 7,336. For the Kansas House of Representatives in the 69th District, we had Ryan Holmquist with 3,286. Clark Sanders, 4,781. In the 71st District of the House, we have Stephen Howe with 6,961. Jeffrey Zamersla with 3,151. And then, let's see.
Jail.
Then the jail question.
Right.
Which I know a lot of people, for our local community.
Yeah, I think so.
The jail question for the local community will obviously affect us. Right now, we are currently at 12,444 at yes, and 10,600 at no.
Right, so that pretty much looks like a done deal. I mean, there are things out there that can happen, but this was their second try to go to the community,
Yes.
Is that right? How
Yes.
long ago was the first time?
Oh, goodness.
I mean, not exactly, but like a long time ago?
Not a huge,
yeah. I mean,
it's been something that they have felt that's been needed for a while.
A long time, yeah. Any questions for Jamie?
Are you tired, Jamie?
I'm not tired. I've actually been here since 5 o'clock this morning. I was up at 3:45, and
Oh, dear.
you just go and until the job gets done, and
Right.
so no.
Right.
So can you give me a better idea when we can have the results? So I know you talk about Friday, we have a better, the finals, but when we know who stay on the top, the numbers.
And it's, what do you call it when it's official?
The official results will
Okay.
not come out until November 16th.
Okay, that's that date, right?
That is next week, right?
That's actually in almost 2 weeks. Yeah, so we will have, actually in Kansas, we're required to have what's called a post-election audit. So we will have the post-election audit that is actually a hand count of particular races and particular precincts. Each county has to do that. Once we get that completed, then we give those numbers to the Secretary of State's office. They review them, and then we can do our canvass. So then once we have canvass, that's when all the determination on all the provisional ballots gets decided. And so once we get those numbers in, we'll include those provisionals in with all of the totals. So there aren't any which gets said a lot. They're like, well, are there any votes that you don't count?
Right.
It's like, we put everything in tallies that is legally allowed to.
Uh-huh.
So all of the early, all of the advance, all the stuff that comes in the mail.
Don't throw anything away.
And then all the provisionals that, if they get accepted by the Board of County Canvassers, those also are in the totals. So when you're seeing the turnout, you're seeing every vote that was cast that was accepted.
Well, you do a really good job
thank
managing
you.
all that. Yes. All right, Jamie, we'll let you go. And again, thank you for your time. And you explain things so well. I so
Well, thank you.
appreciate it. Yeah.
Thank
All
you.
right. Thank you. Yes, thanks, Jamie. And that brings us to, I do believe, a close on the whole show. Erica, it was so great to work with you. We'll be doing it more. And again, thanks a lot, Jamie. We appreciate it. Thanks for watching. We'll see you next time.